Up on screen's a graph of the Dow Jones. We can see the big reversal that it had from the session lows yesterday, and the index has closed back up at around 25,000 points. It's probable that there might be another day or two of buying, but we think maybe by the end of this week or early into next week, the market retests the recent lows. Let's just have a quick look at how the volatility in the markets impacted our model portfolio. So we click on the model portfolio button, go across to here, select ASX top 20. If we arrange it by percentage gains, we can see here that the best performing stocks, CSL, IAG, Rio, NAB, etc., continue to hold up well. The only real negative impact it's had is on Westpac, which has dropped below the entry price. If we look at the same for the ASX top 50 model, and we can see here that certainly the long-term gains in Aristocrat and Treasury are barely touched. And if we have a look at sort of where the underperformers are within the top 50 model, the underperformance is coming from Fortescue, Stocklands, AGL, and Amcor. Now, in the case of probably these three names, at least Stockland, AGL, and Amcor, we continue to like those, and I'll have a quick look at those charts in a moment. The other model portfolio is the ASX ETFs, and maybe you can take the time to go in and have a look at that separately. So if we just jump back and have a quick look at Stockland, so this looks oversold here. A number of analysts have a 450, 460 target on it. We're looking for the stock to recover and maybe trade back up to at least around that 430 level. AGL, so I think this is getting oversold, so look for these momentum indicators to turn positive and a buying opportunity there in AGL. The other one there is Amcor, so 425 to 450, it looks like it's finding support here and wants to trade a little bit higher. I'll just bring into screen the upcoming earnings result, and we can earnings announcements, and we can just have a look at sort of from a calendar standpoint what we want to be keeping an eye on. CBA came out with its results. We'll have a look at its chart shortly. Rio comes out with its earnings release tomorrow. We've got AGL, AMP, NAB, and Tabcorp. So we'll also have a look at a graph of Tabcorp, as that's one of the stocks we've been buying ahead of the earnings result. Okay, so let's have a quick look at Tabcorp, and then we'll come back to the earnings calendar and have a look what comes through the following week. So Tabcorp around this $5 level we think looks okay value. And if we have a look at sort of what else is coming through on the earnings result early the following week, so on Monday, Amcor, we've got Ansell, which we like, that sits in the model portfolio. Bendigo we're a little bit cautious on. We think sort of the downtrend in these regional banks continues. GPT, we don't mind that, and we'll have a quick look at that chart shortly. And likewise with Transurban TCL. We quite like that. Into the middle of next week, you've got Computershare reporting their results. We're a little bit bearish on that. We think that'll probably disappoint. IAG we like as a buy right. So, and ASX we certainly like that as a buy right. So there's some good results tomorrow to keep an eye on, and then certainly coming into next week, the action starts to pick up a little. Just jumping back to the charts at the moment, we click on watch list, we select ASX top 20. Click back on charts, and let's just start toggling through these quickly and just see how the market's behaving off the back of the reversal in the US last night. So we can see here AMP's open higher, closed on its lows. So in most cases, the market's struggling to hold on to the strength of the open this morning. ANZ's down on session lows. BHP and Rio is probably the area of the market where the buying's holding up the best. Brambles, actually don't mind Brambles as a buy right. CBA, so it opened high and now on the session lows. CSL, same on the session lows. So as we roll through these, you'll see most of them, as I mentioned, have reversed from their session highs. Macquarie, National Bank on the session lows. QBE has had a pretty tight range. You can see Rio there, a little like BHP, so that's where the strength of the market's been. Some of these yield-sensitive names are starting to get some buying. You can see Centre Group. We'll get on to Transurban in a moment. So Transurban, you can see there's found support off this 1130 level. Puts Transurban on about a 4.5 to 4.75% dividend yield. Telstra, tight range there for Telstra. Westpac on the session lows. Wesfarmers has reversed and rallied up near the highs. Maybe the stock just got too oversold yesterday off the back of the write-down that Wesfarmers announced on the UK hardware business, and there's a more detailed blog post regarding Wesfarmers that you can read today. Westfield, we think, is good value. It's filled the gap down here to around $8.70. Should find support and start to move higher from there. Woolworths, we think this is at the top end of the trading range, and it may be suitable for a buy right, but from a PE and yield standpoint, it is looking a little expensive. But again, selling the covered calls, stripping out the upcoming dividend and franking credit makes sense there with Woolworths. Woodside's found support off this 31.70 level, and then there we are back to the index. So again, keep an eye on the results tomorrow. AGL, AMP, NAB and Tabcorp.